Cool. So let's learn. Android speech recognition, right? I want the microphone button here to be functional. So like when I go here and I go like, my name is John, then it detects it, and then I get the thing that I would also expect DeepL to put out, but it doesn't for whatever reason. We also have text to speech, so like the other way around where I press this button and it kind of spits out that kind of stuff. That might be a nice to have, but I'm more interested in the input, like microphone to text at this point. Android speech recognition, as far as I understand it, is provided by the Android SDK itself in the form of this class here. I skimmed over it this afternoon when I was like thinking about what I wanted to do on stream. So apparently this exists, and this has existed since forever. API level 8. I think that is Froyo. So like Android 2.3. Should be 2.3. And apparently you create a speech recognizer with this method. There's also this one, which is available since Android S. You do need permission to do it. So that's kind of annoying. We have to deal with the permission stuff on the activity level. So like you create it and then you interact with it in a way where where is it? You can also destroy it, I guess. You put a listener to it, and this listener will get updated. When you speak into the microphone, you kind of call a different method called start listening, and then this listener will be invoked multiple times. So I want to extend the app architecture so that we have this speech recognizer hooked in to another interface, kind of similar to what we did with the translation service, where we abstract away the speech recognizer from Android. Create a package, I don't know, speech. I will need a speech module, I guess, for Hild. Install in, that's going to be the view model component again. Maybe we can make this one a binds thing. Okay, and then we have, I can't really call it speech recognizer, although that is the best name. Let's do speech handler. Don't really like that because of the implications of the word handler, but is whatever made. And then we do an Android speech handler. And this is the implementation connected to the SDK's class. Again, I do this because maybe there's a different SDK that is better at speech recognition, and then we could just replace the implementation. Okay, this thing gets an Android context, the good old context. I think in Hild you can annotate this, so I think we can say application context here, and it works. I think we get it now already, which is cool. And then we have the recognizer, the result of this create speech recognizer call. Apparently, there's also a create on device speech recognizer, and that has been available since API 31. This can be used, but it will throw a on device recognition available unsupported operation exception if this thing is false. So I'm gonna have to create speech recognizer. I have to check this out. Put that here. Okay. So we have to do a couple checks. So first we have to check, are we on API 31 or higher? And if we are, we have to check, is this static? Yeah, good. And we have to check if speech recognizer dot is device recognition available for this context is true. So if this is true, we are on an Android S device and we have on device recognition. In that case, we can do speech recognizer, create on device speech recognizer. Otherwise, if we're old phone or we don't have that capability, we do this, create the normal one. Okay, that looks decent. And I want to know which one we actually use, because I do not know if my phone has the on device speech recognition thing. I guess with, oh, whoops, not logger. What am I doing? Timber. So what should the API look like for this? So basically you connect yourself to it. Like we tap the button. We tap the microphone button. And then it's supposed to listen for the input. I don't know exactly if it will stop automatically or if you have to make it stop automatically after a while. I think it can detect if your sentence is done or like there's silence for a longer period of time. but we have to check. And then this thing should do something. So like view model is instructed to do something. Not translate, but like record, like translate from voice? No, record voice. Record video, what am I writing? Record voice, start voice recognition. Start speech recognition. Let's just do it like this. And then let's make that a method on the view model. So below here, we will go start speech recognition. Okay, so this should resolve. Unless I misspelled it again. No, I didn't. Okay. This thing gets the speech handler injected into it, and it will tell it to just like start the job. Yeah, and anything after that we will have to figure out, because I have no idea what the Android speech recognizer actually does. All I know is this is a good first thing because it's a async operation, so we have to launch something, and then we will do speech handler. Yeah, honestly, it's hard to define what this API should be. Let's just do recognize speech, suspending call, and then we will get some result. I don't know. I don't know yet, honestly. So let's see. We need this as a method on the interface. Suspend recognize speech. No return value, no parameters. I don't care about it from the signature. This should resolve. Good. Let's implement it. And this thing also needs a dispatcher, just like the translation service. I'm not going to write any tests in this stream, but it's always good to know, right? Theoretically, this would be good code. Can I update you on the sweater? Yes. What's the sweater status? It's a shit show and I hate it. Oh no! But the wool's still pretty. Okay, so we have with context. Here's the thing always. You have to give it a listener, apparently, and then you call start listening, and then you can call stop listening. Generally, with these listener-based APIs, if you want to do them as a coroutine, you use Callback Flow. The thing is, I don't have a flow yet. So I might just do a one-off thing for now, where I'm going to suspend the coroutine. I'm going to suspend the coroutine for a little while, and then I will do create the listener, which apparently has 100 methods, so I have to see how that works. Recognition listener, this one. It's an interface for real. Are you kidding me? This thing has literally 9 methods. Expect me to implement all of them? Speech recognizer, adapter, I guess. No, speech listener. No, what was the name? Recognition listener. Override all this crud here. My goodness, that is a lot of crud. Okay, get rid of the to-do. Okay, just create that listener. Then I will do set listener, and then I will do start listening. Oh, what's this? An intent? What kind of intent do I need? Set recognition listener. So what's the intent I need? Recognizer intent. Let's find out. Okay, start listening. Intent, recognizer intent. Oh, what's this? Oh, I need to do something else with the manifest for the speech recognition. Okay, good to know. The intent may also contain optional extras. See recognizer intent. If these values are not set explicitly, default values will be used by the recognizer. So we have actions. Here are the extras. Audio inject source. The extra key, which is providing an already opened audio source for the recognition service to use. Yeah, no, I don't have that. Calling package, confidence scores. Oh, language might be good, so that we know. Yeah, that might be good to give, so that we can say to the recognizer, the source language is Japanese, and then the recognizer can know. Oh, okay, yeah, I can try to listen for that in the context of Japanese. All right, it's also good to know that I have to give a language here. We already get more info about what this API should look like, because we have to give it, I think it's Command F6. Yeah. We have to give it a parameter saying what language this should be. this here. Okay, creating an intent, and then we put extras in it, and that is a recognition intent. What? Can I really not spell the word recognition intent? Oh, recognizer intent. Whoops. Answer, yes, I can't. Thank you for playing. So we have extra language, and that would be language.code. And I'm gonna create another one of these extension codes, extension values, I guess. Language.code, get, new line. As with the translation service, I want all of this to be inside here so that I can create the map. Going to do the same thing. I'm going to create this bidirectional map. And then for each of these languages, what is this? Is this an ISO value? Optional IETF language tag as defined by BCP47. Are you actually going to make me look that up? For example, ENUS. Of course, it's an IETF language tag as defined by BCP47, duh, I guess. So this kind of, like, this looks familiar in the sense that this should be this. And this should be this, and this should be this. Although I don't know if that's the thing for sure. Language codes, get value, this. Right, so put that in. Language preference, mux results. Only return language preference. Optional boolean to indicate whether partial results should be returned by the recognizer as the user speaks. Oh, I think that would be the value to use to get like this experience where like as I speak, the text field is updated. So as I say, my name is John, the words appear bit by bit. My name is John. So like in two chunks are they put in. That's actually cool. Yeah, I want that. So extra partial results is true. Prefer offline. No, it's fine. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it with these two for now. So it's starting to listen. We have set the listener. And what I'm gonna do for this first test is I will do a delay. So I'm gonna just wait for 5 seconds. I'm gonna let them listen to it for 5 seconds, and then I will stop the listening process. What? Oh. Shoot, I'm suspending. Yeah, okay, that is kind of annoying. Well, it doesn't matter. In that case, I'm not gonna stop listening until I get either results. Are these really nullable? All of them? Or is this just stupid stuff? Okay, this doesn't seem to be nullable. So I'm gonna have faith, because I don't want to deal with the nullable stuff. So I'm just gonna let it go on until we either have results or we have, I think there was an error. Yeah, there's on error. It's like these two can stop the listening, otherwise we just keep going. On end of speech, on beginning of speech, also interesting. But I think results is the last thing we get, so I'm just gonna do that. And then we have on partial results, which is interesting because I expected that, I request that. So I guess we know more about the API in that we need to make this a flow for real, actually, because we need to return multiple things downstream. Partial results for speech. And then how do I get them? Callback might be called at any time between on beginning of speech and on results. To retrieve the results in ArrayList format, use getStringArrayList with this results recognition. Okay, perfect. Thank you. That is very clear. So let's get this thing, partial results, getStringArrayList with speech recognizer results recognition. Let's print them out. I want to see what that actually looks like. And then we have this one. Oh, interesting. Okay. And same thing is done for when it is complete. This is the full results now. I'm going to rename this to speech. And then for the error. Oh my god, there's so many. Okay, I don't think I need to care about the ones in... Hello? Okay. I don't think I need to care about them specifically in detail. Like any error is just shoganai. It's just like abort the flow or something. Right, and then here we also continue. We resume the continuation. And that completes the process. Okay, I want to see how this works. Let's go from front to back. Start speech recognition, which is still red for whatever reason, although it is a method, is being called. We launch in here. Oh, we do need... Yeah, that's fine. I don't need to give it here. We can just go with the current source language. Because we are speaking in the source language always. And then we go into here, go to IO thread. Oh, that is actually a problem. I think that could be a problem. This thing is probably confined to the main thread, is it not? Okay, here. Yeah, there you go. This method must be called from the main thread, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Very annoying, but it's fine. Yeah, in that case, the suspend coroutine is actually good. Okay. Yeah, let's try. Oh yeah, Hild. Oh, I completely forgot about Hild. Oh no. Yeah, I didn't connect the speech handler at all. Speech handler cannot be provided without a provides annotated method. So now we're trying the other thing. So I'm gonna try the binds again from before. It didn't work for the other module because I had some things that weren't abstract and then some others which were. But I want to try it again. Binds and then abstract fun, speech handler, parameter is the implementation, Android speech handler, return type is the interface, so speech handler, no Android. Install that and try again. Let's see, second try. Nope.
Nope.
Oh, coroutine dispatcher cannot be provided. Why? It's a default parameter. Oh, that's again kind of interesting because, okay. So the inject constructor does not care. You know what? I'm kind of over binds. Honestly, this is more ceremony, but frankly, I don't give a damn. In that case, I might as well get rid of the inject constructor annotation as well. Put that out of the way. Put that here. Import. I might as well do the same removal of inject constructor here because it's not injected anymore like this. One more time. Yeah, I think it's because when Hild instantiates the object, if it has parameters with default values, it doesn't care. Hild needs a thing for every parameter, even though it has a default value. Third time's the charm. Hild, come on. Okay. It was indeed. Track record's getting better. Clean out the logcat. And I will click the button, the mic button. I don't know if it will actually pick up my voice yet, but I will say something. Changing it to English, so I'm saying something in English. It's not going to show up on screen or anything, but I want to see in the logs what happens. So this starts it. It goes to the view model. It kicks off the recognize speech process. And that thing will give me, hopefully, these logs here. Partial results, full results. Okay, let's see. Oh, I don't have permission. I forgot the permission part. I haven't clicked it yet, but I remembered in the last second. So I need permission, and I also have to request permission. Oh, that is a pain. Yeah, before we can test this out, I'm gonna have to shut off the screen again for just a couple more minutes. I will have to connect the permission Wait, no, I think Jetpack Compose can deal with permissions now. Didn't I do that before? I don't think I have to hand it over to the activity level. I think I can do it. I think I saw something. Yeah, this is new enough. This is from 2 weeks ago. Oh. Oh, that is interesting. Okay, so I guess Accompanist has a module for it. I think I did it differently. Like I had to deal with the thing at work where we use compose and permissions. I think we built that ourselves. But there is an Accompanist version. We are using Accompanist already for insets and might as well do it for permissions too. Okay, annoying because the sync is for naught. I have to do it again. And then while it's syncing one more time, I'm gonna be right back in 1 second.
How the hell did you do that?
Of course, still not done syncing. Okay, now it is. Cool, yeah, let's learn how Accompanist permissions works. So much code, okay. Oh, there's new versions of Accompanist already. Do I have to sync again? I don't wanna. Okay, I've got 0.22 and the newest one is 0.21.3. A component's permission, you mean Gema? Yes. We're gonna import Gema and then
I'm gonna make them pay.
Make them pay for once. Okay, I have to make this thing a custom component here. Let's do it with the name microphone button. And then we'll see what we have to move over. On click. All right. Okay, and then we have to do some things here. We have to add a lot of state to this because this microphone button is tied to permission state. So how do you do this? So I have on the other monitor, I have this sample for Accompanist permissions on, like visible. So let's see, we need one state to track if the user doesn't want to see the rationale anymore. So you have do not, I'm just gonna copy this from the example. Remember savable. What does remember savable do? What does remember savable do? I've never seen that. Remember the value produced by init. It behaves similarly to remember, but the stored value will survive the activity or process recreation using the saved instance mechanism. Would I not want that for everything? What? Hold up. I want that for here too. I mean, oh, or is this something where like it has to be written to a bundle, so it has to be like parsable and stuff? Okay, I'm only gonna do it for the text. Rest doesn't care. Okay, and then we have val camera. No, it's not camera. It's audio permission state equals remember permission state. And in here you give the name of the permission, which is manifest permission record audio. That's the thing we have to ask for. Accompanist permissions is experimental. This API may be changed in the future. Who cares? In a composer, in it, bruv. I want to encourage any British Kotlin developer to write a compiler plugin that just makes this an init block in it. So sorry for the viewer that are actually here for the non-shit talking in chat. So I actually want to make this compile at some point in the future, maybe for some April 1st kind of thing, because compiler plugins are very cool, but I have no idea how they work. Okay, there's a block that is like permission required. Yeah, well, I do want to show something though, always. Okay, maybe I try this example. So we have a button and we have an on-click audio permission state. Has permission. Can I do this? Yeah. then I invoke the original lambda. Otherwise, I'm gonna do feature not available. And otherwise, I'm gonna launch. Oh, that works. I thought that was a suspending function, but it's not. Okay, that is great. So I might not need this. I wonder if that's all. Well, I mean, I do need it actually. But the thing is, can I not ask this thing for? Okay, if it should show the rationale, then do this, otherwise this. And this here would be a to-do dialog box redirecting to settings. Because if this happens, then the user has declined the audio permission repeatedly and we can't get it anymore. So if they want it, then they have to go to settings and like flip the switch themselves. If this is really all, that would be great. Let's try it out. Right. I do not have permission for this. Right, so I'm gonna click it and then it should go into this branch here. Let's see. No, it goes to feature not available. Oh, I think, okay, I see. The example here has a different too. So they have this branch like so. Oh no, not like this, like this. So if they've never requested it before, or they should show the rationale, then they can do it. Okay, now it works. So allow Blabber to record audio. I'm gonna hit not allow. Do it again. Don't allow. And now it should go to feature not available. Yeah, that is as expected. Cool. So now I am gonna allow it, and then we are gonna see if I can actually talk and have these things show up down here in the logs. Okay, so gets through here, and then we should see some partial results. I'm gonna say, oh no, actually, okay, like this. Shit. I wanna talk in English so that it's easier to follow. Okay, let's see. My name is John. Okay, nothing seems to happen. I don't see anything here at least. So let's I'm gonna do some more logs here. I wanna see that this actually is triggered. I'm gonna implement the other methods too. I wanna add some more logging. Okay, now we have implemented all of the methods from the listener and we added some other logs here. I want to see if this goes through now. Oh, wait, there's something here. Bind to system recognition service failed with error 10, which we didn't get in the on error callback, which is just chef's kiss. Oh, I know what it is. I said that earlier that something is missing and I have to do it in the manifest, but I kind of forgot to do it for real. So it said done. Jesus, that's bright. Here. For apps targeting Android 11, and we target 12, interaction with the speech recognition service requires element to be added to the manifest file, this here. I don't know at which level this has to be, but I think in the application tag? No? Outside application, but here? Okay, that doesn't complain at least. Let's try that. I think that might be it. Translate! Yeah, not this time. This time it should be okay, but let's see. But it might be something equally dumb from my part, on my part. All right, let's see. Give me logging. My name is John. Oh, look at that! Okay, it crashed. It crashed in the end, but look at all these logs we got. So we have speech recognition is initializing, has started, ready for speech, whatever RMS is, it was triggered twice, beginning of speech, RMS Oh, that might be volume, like some sort of volume indicator. Partial results, no. Oh yeah. Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, because the app starts with Japanese to English, and I said my name is John. It tried to do mae no, because that kind of sounds like my name. Mae no, my name, and then it switches to English. My name is J, and then end of speech. My name is John. Then we have a little alternative here, and then we have speech error 5, and then we have to see what speech error 5 means. Error client, okay. Oh, full results. Oh, maybe, okay. Maybe it's because I'm stopping the listen or something, and that causes an error, because maybe I have to remove the listener. This must not be null. How do I unset it then? Note that in the default case, this does not need to be called, as the speech endpointer will automatically stop the recognizer listening when it determines speech has completed. However, you can manipulate endpointer parameters directly. Blah, blah, blah. What does any of this mean? Upon invocation, clients must wait until onResults or onerror are invoked before calling start listening again. That is kind of going over my head. Oh, wait, it has some more info here. Already resumed. Wait, what? Oh. Okay, because onResults is called, it resumes the continuation, and then it receives onerror for whatever reason. And then it tries to resume it again. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Any more info here? Other client-side errors. Yeah, great. That helps. Okay, very weird. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna leave it like this for now, so that only one piece can resume the continuation. Okay, let's try one more. Example sentence. 田中先生はいつも忙しいです。Yeah, it always ends with speech error 5. It's really interesting. Like, I'm talking, and it receives all these partial results, and then it receives the full results, which supposedly call then stop listening, and then because of it, we get a speech error. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you just ignore client errors or something. I don't know. So now, for the final piece of the puzzle, we will use this here to map to an event stream that we display on the UI via the view model. That's the last kind of piece of the puzzle we need, because after that it's fine. Oh, actually, I want to check something else. Can I now do it again and say something else? 子供たちはバカだ. Yeah, same thing. Okay, so I can start it again and then speech error 5 at the end, whatever. Okay. Yeah, so let's convert that into a flow. Consume the flow, emit down the flow, then consume the flow, then show it on the UI. And if we then throw that to DeepL and translate it to English, then it's gonna be chef's kiss, and I'm happy because then I have a new app. This doesn't need to be a, whoops, what the hell? No suspending function needed anymore, but rather flow of, yeah, what is this? I guess flow of speech event, because there's gotta be different ones. Is there any type for error 5? The constant is called client, error client, and it's used for other client-side errors, but I haven't figured out what my client-side error should be that triggers it. Maybe it's got something to do with how I call stop listening, but I don't know yet. Okay, let's create a sealed class for this one. Might be helpful. So updating the call side, it's gonna be speech event. So now, that's something that I wanted to do earlier, but I didn't have the flow in place yet. We can actually use a callback flow, I think. That looks good, okay. So which events do I want to handle? Thing is, we have ready for speech. Beginning of speech is a thing. End of speech, unfortunately, we get that twice, which is super annoying. I don't want to propagate that twice. It would be cool to have like starting now, ending now. But if we get ending now multiple times, it's not really great, is it? But in general, like beginning of speech, end of speech are pretty good, I think. Maybe I have to hold on to the last event or something so that in here I don't accidentally send the end event twice. Partial results. This is called many times. I'm trying to order them in a sensible way, like in the order of them being called. So like ready for speech first, beginning of speech, then we have partial results a bunch of times, and then end of speech eventually, and then more of these probably, potentially, and then this is the end. And then on error for whatever reason. It's probably this one. This is probably the reason why. But I kind of do want to clean up, right? Because I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try closing this here. Because now this is a callback flow, so we have to write this a little differently. So we have recognition listener, we have start listening. Why is this a problem? What? Huh? Oh. All right. So this has started, and then we do await on close. Or await close, I guess. And then in here we do stop listening. So whenever this flow is cancelled, then we stop listening. And this happens by means of this or this. Let's see if it still happens when we write it like so with the flow. Bars, by the way. This thing needs to run on the main dispatcher. So like we have to flow on, was it? No, not flow on, flow on. Yeah. I need to make sure that this block here runs on main thread, even if I'm on another one before. That works. And now we have to emit the different speech events that we can come up with. Which ones do we have? So we have speech started, we have speech ended, results, text, and then we have partial, which is a Boolean for people that need it. And then I guess we have error. I don't want to expose the error, but the error code, I mean, but that's okay. Ready for speech, I'm gonna ignore. And then I have to, last event is I don't want to reassign this thing every single time. So what I'm gonna do is I'll create a small inner function here, emit speech event. I could actually do a distinct until changed, and that would solve the problem with like the double-ended speech. Because then I don't need to care if it happens twice in a row. Try emit, try send, sorry. Speech started. Send, speech ended. And then we have, this can be multiple things, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna get the partial results from this list, and then I'm gonna get the first or null from it. And then when I do have something, I send it down. Oh. What? Okay. Actually, I'm doing it differently. I'm negating the value, like the meaning here. I'm gonna say that the results can be final, yes or no, and they are not final until they are. rather than saying they are partial until they're not. I kind of like that more. Kind of makes more sense. Feels more positive too. This can go away. And then this, I guess, is the same thing. But here it is results. And this one is final equals true. And then we will close the stream. This I will leave here. Speech recognizer error. I need this log here. This can go away. This can go away. This will suspend until we're done. And then that should be all. Let's move this here. Okay. Oh, error. I forgot that. Try send. Speech event error. Error. Actually, in that case, I don't need that log here either. I can handle it on the view model side. Okay, that should be all for this one. So now we get to here. This is now a flow. So we have to launch it like so. And then on each event we get, we do something with it. What I could do is, like in the UI, I could reflect, I could make it respond to you. Like you could visually see that the device is picking up your voice by means of the speech start, speech end things. So going back to a question that was in the chat earlier, where it was like, can we control this entirely through the view model? I think this would be one perfect way to do it. When we do is speech event, speech started. If that happens, then we set in the state, we update a thing called, I don't know, speaking to true. If the speech has ended, then we set that same value, like is speaking probably. We send that back to false. And that is a shadow of a parameter. That is better. And then 2 more for results. I don't think the UI needs to care about if it's like a partial or a full final result. It can just update itself. Doesn't matter which it is. So what we do is now actually we do need to update the source text though with the events text. That makes it a little complicated, but and like if it is a speech error, then we will log it for now. Nothing else. Okay. Let's add the UI parameter here. Is speaking is a boolean and defaulting to false, not speaking at the moment. Can remove that. So how do I make this updatable? This is a little tricky. Well, actually no, not that much. It has to update itself immediately. Yeah, this part is stumping me a little bit because the view model has to have some authority of like, after the fact, it has to update the text on its own. It's not just the keyboard that can do it. It has to be providable through the view model too. How do I do that though? Because I don't think I can just go like this. That doesn't work because then the keyboard doesn't work anymore, I think. Let's actually validate that claim by compiling. The alternative would be to automatically not manage this state here at all. And then when you are typing into the field, we don't update the UI state, but rather we say viewModel dot update source text, new text. And that will fire a new state right away. I think that's what we might have to do because now, yeah, if I type here, nothing happens because the view model doesn't update. Okay, so it's like this then. Current source text equals VM state source text. Give me This goes away. And I really can't type anymore at this point. Update source text. And in that case, I'm trying to like think the next steps here. In that case, we are actually approaching what, who said that earlier? Let me scroll up. Somebody asked earlier if I can just move everything into the view model completely. Paismani yes, or Peasmani yes, something like this. They asked if it can be controlled solely by the view model. In fact, I think we can do that. I'm just gonna obey this thing completely. Make the UI super dumb so that it doesn't have to do any decision making anymore. And then I add more methods to the view model that allow its state to be updated. In that case, I might also be able to remove that and put that to the view model. So here, what I'm also doing is I'm gonna do swap languages. No need to update it here anymore. It's just the UI is super dumb. It doesn't know how to do anything. It just tells the view model to do it, which is kind of nice. So we have update source text, new text, or like text. And then we have swap languages. So what this does is what the UI did previously. So like we do update the state. We do it copy, temporary variable, the old target language, and then the new source, no, the new target language is the previous source language, and the new source language, then this gets the temp one. Actually, do I need the temp variable? No, I don't. It's atomic. Like this, should be fine. Just swapping the two. Okay, good. And then we update the source text, and that will also update the state to say source text is now this text. This happens all the time from both sides. And now to remove this part, what I can do is I can create a private function that says schedule translation. And this thing will take a translation job that I'm creating here. Might as well be nullable. Clear that out when the view model dies. In here, we also cancel it if it exists. And then we create a new one. And then we just move this stuff in here. And this side effect can go away. So now the view model schedules its own delay. This actually has to be source text. And then last piece is we're updating these states here. Oh, now it would be good to know if yeah, that should be fine. And then we schedule the translation every time these things are called. This is effectively the same as what I did before, where I had the UI state, and then whenever it got updated, then the launched effect would start. This is the same thing essentially. When I call this multiple times, this thing is called multiple times. It always cancels the last job and then creates a new one which waits for 500 milliseconds and then does the translation with whatever at that time is the state. And then it comes back at the end, updates the UI. So now the UI is super dumb. It should still react to keyboard input because this happens immediately. then behind the scenes, the translation happens in the background. And I think now I have created what the Pismani in the chat earlier asked about, which is that this does not hold any state anymore itself. It's just the view model dictating it. Very nice. If it works, that is. Let's see if it actually works. Okay, it has launched. Let's see. So I'll try switch these around. And now I'm writing, hello, I am Tanaka. Okay, that is for some reason returning the same English again. So let's actually try something else. I am a bread. Okay, watashi wa pan desu. Okay, so it does translate to Japanese. Let's swap it around. That did change something. Yep, that is good. And now I want to see if it does the microphone input. It's like if I now get microphone input, the view model will replace the text here in the text field with whatever I say. And that will then schedule another round of translation. And then the last part that I'm gonna need is I'm gonna have to go with some sort of indicator that I'm talking. Like the is speaking flag needs to be reflected in the UI. Let's see. Let's go Japanese to English. And let's actually do 今日も一日でしたね. Okay. It was alright, but it did not translate it. Oh. Yeah, of course. Because this thing... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. For the results, we have to also do the same scheduling. Because just updating the states variable doesn't do anything. So like schedule... Translate, yes. That now it's exactly what we need. We need to schedule the translate. I'm gonna move this stuff down here into a private section. And now how to display that we are talking.